The Fifth Element was actually really awesome.
Shut up!
Why do you hate it so much?
That movie sucks! There's no redeeming qualities about The Fifth Element. Not fucking one! I don't care.
I can't really argue it. I just don't dislike it.
I'm so tired of that. Just people.
Okay, dude, it's like 1,000 years old at this point. Who's talking about it?
The guy who directed that is like, yeah, I came up with this movie and I wrote it when I was like 16, and it fucking shows. I'm like, maybe you should have updated the script in the 40 years that came apart between there. Fifth fucking Element. God.
All right, so this week on Draft Beer,
Yeah. I don't even know what episode it is.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's the 5th episode.
14, 15.
Speaking of which, I'm having an episode. Jeez.
Much more than your fifth.
I think it's 14.
Should we check?
No. It's 14.
It's 14.
Or comment and tell us we're wrong. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows? You'll find out when we post it. At the same time we do.
We do. Yep.
See, okay, I have to admit that I was wrong. The previous one, not the angry episode. This is definitely the angry episode.
Yeah. Well, it is now.
Yeah.
You did that on purpose.
I baited you. Pretty.
God.
Yeah. I'm a master of it.
So what are we drinking?
Well, okay, so for Meriden Besiege, our first draft beer with Meriden Besiege, I picked out something special.
Oh, okay.
I picked out something called The Devastator.
8% by volume? Are you insane?
The Devastator. No, I picked it. I didn't pick it for its alcohol. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also.
It's extreme alcohol. I picked it because there is a giant ram destroying the Capitol.
Yeah, it's taking out DC.
Yeah.
That's... And
apparently Parliament.
Parliament, yeah.
Yeah. So, so it's a destructive ram. I figured,
you know what would make that better? If the ram was wearing a Guy Fawkes mask.
What?
I can see what you're saying for the Parliament.
Yeah.
I mean, just in general, though. I mean, a ram wearing a Guy Fawkes mask?
Okay, so we've kind of fallen in love with Wasatch beer lately.
Partially just because of the name.
Partially because they have The Devastator!
Yeah,
Fire and rams. So, it's extremely alcoholic. That's because it's a double bock ale, and I don't know if you guys are familiar.
No, what is a double bock?
What's the bock system, Bob? It is a fermentation brewing process, right? That basically results in, I don't want to get too technical here, but it basically results in a higher alcohol content beer. It's very malty. So this beer will actually, we usually avoid stuff that will fill you up. This is actually called liquid bread. So the monks, when they were back in the day, when they were making this stuff, it's what they used, when they were starving, imagine that, to fill themselves up and to get a buzz at the same time.
Starving monks, magic players.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the Bach method. That's like a 5.5 to a 7.5% alcohol content. The double Bach method just intensifies it even more. You can get up to like 9 or even 10%. The reviews on this particular beer have been generally positive. It's darker, obviously, but it has a little chocolate hint to it. So I don't know if we haven't had much luck with chocolate before.
As long as it's better than the Rogue Mocha Porter,
yes,
we're pretty much solid.
I think this will be better than the Rogue Mocha Porter. It's pretty much, there's no middle of the road here. You either like the Wasatch Devastator or you don't. So I
take a mouthful, start chewing.
Yeah. I have not previously tasted this beer, but the Wasatch Brewery is the first legal brewery in Utah. So you gotta admire that guy's gumption.
Right, you wonder how long they're going to be around with subtle threats at the government on every bottle.
Nothing like being in the middle of Mormon country and talking about the end times on your beer. So, let's put a big pagan goat flame in the background. Yep. That's wonderful. So that's this week's beer, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're going to drink lots of
And
it.
you did say it's because of Mirrodin Besiege.
Yes.
We're going to play a triple Besieged draft.
While we can.
Yeah, because they're only here for like a week or maybe 2 weeks, but for release events, then they're gone, then it's going to be Besieged, Scars. So
what's up with that?
We're going to get in. What are we going to play with the draft? I mean, are we going to let the cards decide? Or?
Well, sure, but I tell you right now, we've been living on the Magic Draft Sim website these last few weeks preparing for this.
I've played it so much, I'm almost a little bored with it.
Because it's starting to get to the point where it's automatic.
Yeah.
I'm in love with blue-black Infect control right now.
And I actually like blue or black, green, white. In fact,
I think you have to go black. Like, I played...
Yeah.
it's too much.
I played one last night beforehand. I actually won it, so of course it's not recorded. But I had 2 Spread the Sickness and Go for the Throat. Like, you have to go black to get those removal spells that are just really powerful.
Yeah, there's so much removal in black. Yeah, and you also were talking about how the Priests of Norn?
Oh, Priest of Norn was tough to
far tougher than it should have been.
We may experiment with that.
Like I said,
I also
green, black,
have had
white.
very good draft sims with red-white Metalcraft, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
So,
which we suck at Metalcraft. So
we have traditionally sucked at Metalcraft. So the world is our oyster. It really depends on how that first pack.
Well, I say we dive in and
All
see
right,
how it goes.
Let's do it. Let's taste it.
Devastator.